Question 2. DS. If a and b are integers, is negative 3 to the power of 2 times a plus b less than 0? Condition 1. A is an even number. Condition 2. B is an odd number. Solution. Now we will solve this DS question using the variable approach. Common mistake type 4A. If you get C as an answer too easily, then consider A or B as an answer. CMT4A tells us that if you arrive at answer C too quickly after counting variables and equations, consider either A or B as an answer. So, be careful when answering key questions, which deal with integers, statistics, probability, inequality, and absolute value. If you do not apply the CMTs along with the variable approach, you are likely to fall in a trap and go wrong. Let's look at the information from the question prompt or the original condition. This is an integer question, and therefore one of the key questions. This immediately tells us that we need to watch out for CMT 3 and 4. Also, the answer to this question will be in terms of a yes or no, and therefore we also need to apply CMT1. CMT1 or CMT2 apply to all DS questions. Let's apply the 3 steps suggested previously. Follow the first step of the variable approach by modifying and rechecking the original condition and the question. Modification is always the first step. We have to find out whether negative 3 to the power of 2 times a plus b is less than 0 if a and b are integers. Follow the second and third steps. From the original condition, we have 2 variables, x and y. To match the number of variables with the number of equations, we need 2 equations. Since conditions 1 and 2 will provide 1 equation each, C would most likely be the answer. Recall 3 principles. Choose C as the most likely answer. Let's look at both conditions together. We get 2 times a plus b is equal to 2 times even plus odd, resulting in an odd number. So, negative 3 to the power of 2 times a plus b is equal to negative 3 to the power of an odd number, which is less than 0. Any negative number raised to an odd power will give a negative answer. The answer is unique, yes, and conditions 1 and 2 combined are sufficient by CMT1. Thus, C seems to be the answer. However, since this question is an integer question, which is also one of the key questions, we should apply CMT4A. So, we need to consider each condition separately. Condition 1 tells us that A is an even number, but we do not know anything about B. If B is even, 2 times A plus B is even, and the answer is no. However, if B is odd, 2 times A plus B becomes odd, and the answer is yes. So we can have both yes and no as an answer, meaning the condition is not sufficient, according to CMT1, which means that if you get both answers yes and no, it is not sufficient. Condition 2 tells us that B is odd. Now, 2 times A will always be even irrespective of the value of A, and 2 times A plus B will be odd when B is odd. That is, 2 times A plus an odd number equals an even number plus an odd number, which equals an odd number. So, the term negative 3 to the power of 2 times A plus B will be negative 3 to the power of an odd number, which will be an odd number. The answer is unique, yes, so the condition is sufficient according to CMT1, which means that the answer will be in terms of a unique yes or no. If the question has both C and B as its answer, then B is an answer rather than C, by the definition of DS questions. This question is a 50 to 51 level question and can easily be solved using the relationship between the variable approach and common mistake type 3 and 4A or B. Condition 2 alone is sufficient, so B is the correct answer. Answer: B.